Keepass tutorial, how to use Keepass. Well, Keepass is a rare fruit to find nowadays. It's free and a open source password manager, and it's extensively supported by its community. But it's not the easiest app to get used to, especially with one of its raw and basic interfaces. It can be a bit difficult for most users to think about Keepass and then go on ahead and use it as a password manager when you're so used to these amazing UIs. However, I'm going to provide you with all the nitty gritty of KeePass so you can get started with it. Now, is KeePass one of the best password managers out there? Well, there are a few things I would like to mention. First off, is that I really love some of the core elements that are present within KeePass, such as its security and privacy measures. They are not only proven, but are open for every specialist to check, making it a surprisingly transparent software. And for a free password manager, it has a lot of different options. So all of the basic needs that you would have would be fulfilled on KeePass. Now, I am actually surprised to see a free password manager with such cutting edge encryption algorithms like ChaCha20 and even a very customizable password generator. I mean, the thing has probably the most control over generating a password that I've seen in any other password managers. Now, there might be many features in the basic app that you don't have, but users have created their own unofficial KeePass ports, which are basically upgraded versions of KeePass, and the community is expanding the original open source software and building their own variations for it. And if you even take a look at the KeePass original versions, they have a portable version and a basic installer for Windows. Now, they don't have a Mac version, and I'm here on a Mac. Well, they have a community version that is for a Mac. Although I would prefer that there was a official version for Mac as well, and the official version would have a few more different variations that can help in just expanding, the pre-existing official versions that would just increase security as well, increase trustability, reliability as well. However, the community contributed versions, so far I've had no issues in running those as well. So there are usually a few less complications in some premium managers, so I would say that the UI is pretty distinctive and it can be a bit of a hurdle to learn whenever you're going through KeePass, so that might be some of the initial borders in, borders of entry for KeePass. Now, how can you download KeePass? Well, just head on over to keepass.info, click on downloads on the left panel over here. Now, once you click on downloads on KeePass, what you're going to do is you are going to download the Windows version if you are on a Windows device. Now, if you have Mac, then the version that I actually use is the Strongbox version over here. So you're going to find it over here in the unofficial KeePass port. It's called Strongport for iPhone, iPad, and Mac OS. And you can view this in the Mac or the iPhone App Store. And once you open up your application store, you can click on Get and click on Install over here. Now, once you complete your installation, you are just going to verify this on your device. The installation is pretty similar for most devices. So if you're used to a more modern application, then don't be discouraged or dissuaded. I will explain how you can use KeePass because the UI, I do understand, it's not what you expect it to be, and that can be a hurdle. But it is a pretty great tool nonetheless. Now, once KeePass has downloaded, I'm just going to open this up. This is the Strongbox version of KeePass. Now, to get started, you have some initial app settings, Wi-Fi settings, as well as keep Strongbox in the menu bar, start a login, as well as markdown notes. Now let's go. And then I'm just going to continue on over here. Now, on the bottom, you have some properties and add databases. So you can click on create new database, and then you're going to choose the variation of your KeePass that you want. So we're going to go with KeePass 2, which is the default, and it is the recommended one that you should use. After that, you will have the password information. So use a password and then confirm your new password. Now, keep in mind that whatever this password is, so whatever this password is going to be, I'm just showing you guys an example. Whatever this password is what you're going to be using to access your entire password credentials. So whatever password you're storing, you're gonna have to keep these alongside it. So for that reason, you always should write this down or keep it in one other safe spot just in case you forget your master password. So you can just insert your master password over here like this. And I'm just going to add that. And then after that, it's going to show you the strength. Now, this is pretty strong, and I can also go in with the advanced options. And you can also use a key file. Now, that can be a bit difficult, so I don't like to do that. Accept empty password, show advanced, use key file. I don't want to use a key file. I'm just going to click on OK over here. Now, this will save the new password database. So I will rename this into passwords over here. Now, to access passwords, whenever I have to access the password database, I will have to insert my original password like this. Now, just like that, we've built a master lock. And once we have our master lock ready, we can start entering the passwords that we have. Now, to enter any password, you can just go on ahead and click on the top right over here. You guys can see this is the particular section. I'll just expand this a little so it's easier for you guys to understand. Now, you will see that you have on the top a folder button. You can build a group in that. Then you have some dice options where you're going to be able to generate your own passwords. Let's say I want a really long password, it's going to generate that. Then you have the diceware. You also have the basic password, the character groups. Let's say I only want to do small letters as well as numbers and symbols. If I want all of them like this, I can decrease the length of the password as well like this. And then you also have some options. So use easy to read characters, non-ambiguous characters, pick characters from every group like this. Now, after that, you can also choose to exclude certain characters if you don't want those. And this can help you in generating a unique password that you can set up to make sure that your accounts are safe. Now, other than that, you also just have a sync page that can help you in syncing up. Now, let's just save a random password. Let's say this is a Facebook password and the username is, at Facebook, at Gmail, whatever you want to call it. And then I'll just set up a password over here like this. And then I can insert my URL as well. I can also insert the email address, the TOTP, as well as the expiry date if I want to only keep this password for a certain amount of time. I'm just going to delete that. Then on the top right, you have the group. So I have two groups created. We have database and sample group. I'm going to put this in sample group. You can also add any notes, custom fields, as well as attachments, and then just click on save and close. And just like that, you will have a password saved up. And you can just copy this. Just to copy the password if you're looking to log in, just click on that and this will automatically copy the password that you have created. And in this way, you can start storing amazingly, keep all of your passwords amazingly secured using KeePass, although initially it might feel like, okay, it's just, it's not that great. Maybe this tool is not that useful. But let's say I want to lock my database immediately. Now, if I have to unlock my database, I would have to re-enter my password. And in this way, you're just safe and secure, and you just know that all you need is just add a click away and no further. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.